And on this Monday, February 16th, 2026 edition of Newsmakers, the Nigerian military says about 100 U.S. troops plus equipment have arrived in Nigeria to help train soldiers in the West African country as the government fights against Islamic militants and other armed groups. The military said in a statement the arrival followed a request by the Nigerian government to the U.S. government for help with training, technical support, and intelligence sharing. The deployment follows an easing of tensions that flared up between the U.S. and Nigeria when President Trump had issued threats against Nigeria over allegations that the government was not protecting its Christian citizens. The Nigerian government has rejected the accusation. In December, U.S. forces launched airstrikes on Islamic State group-affiliated militants in northwestern Nigeria. Last month, following discussions with Nigerian authorities in Abuja, the head of U.S. Africa Command confirmed a small team of U.S. military officers were in Nigeria, focused on intelligence support. A man accused of killing 15 people in a mass shooting at a Jewish festival on Sydney's Bondi Beach has appeared in court for the first time since his release from the hospital. More from Karen Shamas.
His appearance came as the court extended a gag order to maintain the anonymity of the victims and survivors who did not choose to be identified publicly. Naveed Akram did not enter pleas to the charges against him, including murder and committing a terrorist act. Defense lawyer Ben Archbold told reporters that it was too early to indicate any intention of pleas.
This is the start of the process. We haven't got the brief. Okay, it's been adjourned now for another mention. On the next occasion when we have the brief, we might have a bit more to say, but that's all I've got to say today. Thank you.
Akram was wounded while his father was killed in a gun battle with police after the December shooting. I'm Karen Shamas.
Israel is beginning a land registration process in the West Bank that critics say can shift large areas into state control. Yesterday, the cabinet approved a decision to restart the long-frozen process, which means Israeli authorities can declare an area up for registration. The Peace Now settlement watchdog says the process likely amounts to a major land grab from Palestinians. The decision is the latest step to deepen Israeli control over the West Bank. The proposal had been put forward by some of Israel's far-right members of the ruling coalition. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas's office in a statement called the decision a grave escalation and a flagrant violation of international law, which amounts to de facto annexation. It called on the international community, especially the UN Security Council and the United States, to intervene immediately. More than 700,000 Israelis live in the West Bank and East Jerusalem, territories captured by Israel in 1967 from Jordan and sought by the Palestinians for a future state. And that's Newsmakers for this Monday, February 16th, 2026 edition. I'm Keith Black.